Namaste, welcome, welcome. It's warm. We're going to practice Chandra Namaskar practice today, a full moon practice, full moon in Aquarius. We have a full moon coming up in the next few days. So we're in the waxing period leading up to it. We're working with the element of Vayu, air. So the full moon is a full moon in Aquarius, the water carrier. We often think the water-bearing moon is connected to the element of water. It's connected to the element of air. So it's an interesting one for us to get our heads around. So let's think about what we need for our practice. If you need anything to support yourself, any props or blankets, being close to a wall for balance will be really helpful for you. If you wish to find that stability. Now, the element of air, Vayu, is a mutable, changeable, mobile element. And it's expansive in its nature. So now that we're in this, coming up to this full moon, this waxing full moon, we're going to connect with the sense of the brightness, the luminosity, the expansion of the illuminating light. Let's start with vibrations into our mudra. So take your middle finger and fold in the middle finger, and then bring the tips of the fingernails of that middle finger together so that all of your other fingers are parallel. So bend in your middle fingers and then bring the tips of your nails together. That's the element of space. And we're creating this here, the air to circulate through. So we're almost creating a tunnel here. So all of the fingers, apart from the middle finger, are extended and parallel. In front of your heart, the full moon in Aquarius, the element of Vayu, and the chakra is Anahata, the heart space. The energy center here at the very core of our compassion, our expansiveness in love and connection. Closing your eyes. We'll start with our mantra, with Om to start with, and then move into our mantra. Inhale fully. Om. 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 Allow the vibrations to wash over you. This moon is known as the thunder moon, the hay moon, and also Guru Purnima, the moon to invoke the qualities of the light that reveals knowledge and wisdom. Guru means the inner light, the revelation of light from the deep depths of ourself. And so thinking about your teachers, your role models, those who have inspired you, those that you look up to, those who have given you hope throughout your time, whether it's your parents or teachers, leaders in the community, bring them to mind, and we'll chant this mantra, invoking the great qualities that mark out, that carve out these leaders of our heart. We'll do call and response. Om Guru Devaya vidmahe Om Gurudevaya vidmahe Parambramahe dhimahi Parambramahe dhimahi Tanno Guru prachodayat Tanno Guru prachodayat. I'll do together twice more. Om Gurudevaya vidmahe Parabrahma dhimahi Tanno Guru prachodayat. Om Gurudevaya vidmahe Parabrahma dhimahi Tanno Guru prachodayat. Om Om Om. Let's release our Dirghasvara mudra. I forgot to tell you the name of this mudra. It's Dirghasvara mudra, the mudra of expansive life force energy, of the way that pran, the essence, the breath, the essence of the element of air, in this sense of this internal movement of air, which is life-giving, life-sustaining for us. Take a moment here. Then let's place our hands on either side of our rib cage so that we create this L shape, and then place it at the bottom of the rib cage. As we inhale, let's notice how the breath expands in all directions at the diaphragm, diaphragmatic breathing. We will inhale for the count of 4 slowly, and then exhale for the count of up to 8. So it might be 6 or up to 8. Go at your pace. This breath will anchor us here and connect us with the element of vayu, element of air. Inhale fully to start with. So you notice already the movement of the rib cage. Exhale completely. You notice the contraction, this mirroring of the expansive energy of this full moon. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in for a moment. And then exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. You should feel completely empty at this moment. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly after a gentle pause. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle pause here with the breath out. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle pause. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle pause. Inhale fully. Exhale completely through open mouth. So this anchoring breath, the diaphragmatic breath. So we inhale for 4 and we exhale for 8, all as close. So essentially doubling the inhale. And this anchors and grounds us. So as we move into our practice, which is rising up from the base of the pelvis, opening out the heart and the rib cage, we can always return to this sense of anchoring. Inhale, draw your arms above your head, and then bring your hands together in your Dirghasvara mudra, the tips of the middle fingers connected, all the others parallel. As you exhale, let's turn over to the right. Inhale to center, Coming into Dirghaswara Pranayam. And then exhale over to the left. Twice more in each direction. Inhaling to center with your Dirghaswara Mudra, this expansive life force breath. Exhaling over to the right. Now we're going to complete this side, and then I think there'll be one more over to the right and the left. You can connect with your deep, this anchoring breath in which the diaphragm expands and contracts. And then back to center, hands reaching up. Take a moment here. And then let's bend our elbows and bring the hands to the tops of the shoulders so that you create these sort of fans with the arms. We're connecting with this full moon, which is all about change. It's about letting go of where we are, all of the aspects of the self that we don't want to fulfill anymore. So perhaps people have an impression of us, an idea of us, a perspective that they've taken from us, of us, and we want to let it go. We're going to turn on the breath each time. So when we inhale, turn to the right, exhale to left, inhale to right, exhale to left. So we'll do 3 directions and then we'll swap and we'll inhale left and exhale right. So start at center, inhale right, exhale left. And now back to center, take a moment there, full breath in, full breath out. Inhale left, exhale right. Back to center, and now we're going to do 2 more rounds at our own pace. 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other direction, 2 rounds. Inhaling right. Take a breath in the center and then inhale left, exhale right. Back to center. Again, 1 more round here. Inhale right. Exhale left. Back to center. Final time. Inhale left. Full breath into center. Take a moment. Exhale completely through open mouth. Release your hands. Come onto all fours. So imagine the clear skies after there's been a storm. So thunder moon is at this time of year we may be experiencing lots of heavy rainfall, thunder clouds, flashes of lightning. We are connected to the element, the planet of Uranus, this rebellious, powerful planet of change and of awakening. So the storms herald this new change, the stillness and the quiet and the peacefulness that comes after a storm. Inhale for cat, cow, 3 cycles in your own time. Lifting the tailbone, opening the heart. So we're working with the intimate energy of the heart, anahata, the element of vayu, and this full moon in Aquarius. These all have a symbiotic relationship of synchronicity. So thinking about what happens when there's a big storm, things are upended or blown off course, overwhelmed. There's a need to retreat and keep safe. This full moon invites us to retreat when we need to come back into safety, to prepare for weathering the change ahead, and then stepping forward into this bright new morning after the full moon, as the moon begins to wane. It's often known as the truth-seeking, freedom-fighting moon. When you've done your rounds of Marjariasana and Bikli-asana, bring the left hand to the center, inhale, right arm to the sky, fold in the index finger and bring the thumb to the knuckle. This is the Vayu Mudra. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath your body. Bring your right ear and shoulder to the earth. Reach up with the left arm. You can also take the hand to your lower back and to your sacrum. You can wrap your left fingertips and tuck them into the top of the right thigh, where it meets the fold of the hips. Breathe deeply into your heart. Exhale, left arm returns to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Open the heart, expand here as you look up. Then bring the right hand to the earth. Inhale, draw the left arm up to the sky. Hand in Vayu Mudra, thumb to the index finger, knuckle. Exhale, thread the left arm under. Again, your option with the right hand to the sky, to the sacrum, or tucked into the left thigh. Breathing here into the heart space. This full moon is an opportunity to realign. It's a moment of cleansing. So it means that we can review and reflect, because the light of the full moon illuminates where we are not in alignment with our values, where we are no longer connected to our purpose in life. This is a visionary moon that invites us to connect with the life's calling, the life's purpose, our dharma. Bringing the right hand back to the sky, towards the earth. Open up to rise with the left hand. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Walk your hands forward. We're going to come into melting heart, Anahatasana. So reach back with your tailbone here. Knees and hips are tracking one another here. Bring the eyebrows center towards the earth, or onto a cushion or a folded blanket. Your hands can be as wide or wider than your mat, or they can be parallel, fingers spread wide. Breathe here into the back of the heart space. Notice the deep breath feels challenged. By guiding the breath to the back of the heart space, to the middle of the back, we can create expansion. This is an opportunity for us to break free of binds, constrictions, other people's impressions and judgments of us, especially when they don't kind of sit with our own sense of who we are. Remember, people place labels on us for many reasons that are unconnected to who we are. We are conditioned and socialized. Again, this is an opportunity to release and let go of those labels, stereotypes, limited views and perspectives of us, by challenging them, by rising up in our full expansiveness, connecting with our vision of ourselves, connecting with the values that we hold most dear, that are most precious. And we can only do that by assessing where we are out of balance, out of alignment with our own heart's desire, with our own heartfelt prayers, or with our own ethical notions Inhale, lift your eyebrows center and walk your hands back towards you. Take a moment here. Turn to look to the left. Inhale, center, turn to look to the right. And then let's come onto our forearms and slide the knees away so we come directly into Salabhasana, Bhujangasan, Sphinx Pose. Big toes can be touching or feet as wide as the mat. Arms parallel, fingers spread wide. Lift the heart space. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Tuck the chin in ever so slightly. Lengthen at the sternum. Draw the rib cage in at the front so you're hugging into the midline. Engage the big toe all the way along the length of your legs, every muscle hugging in towards the bones. Salabhasana, Bhujangasan, Sphinx Pose. One more breath here. Exhale, bring your eyebrows center to the earth. Take your arms out so that you create a cactus shape with your arms. Elbows are bent. Elbows are tracking your shoulders here. Press into your big toes. Inhale, engage the core and begin to lift your eyebrow center and lift your arms off the earth so that your heart is rising. Exhale, lower to the earth. 3 times, so twice more, my friends. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to lift. You may come up quite high. You may be quite close to the earth. And then release your hands to the earth. Take a moment here. I invite you to bring your hands underneath your eyebrow center and rest the eyebrow center on the backs of your hands in Makrasana, crocodile pose here, just for a moment. We're going to transition into locust pose, Salabhasana, in a moment. Om Guru Devaya vidmahe Parambramahe dhimahi Tanno Guru prachodayat. Take your hands alongside your body. Now you can have your palms face down, or you can interlace your hands together in a yoga mudra and draw your hands away from your body. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Salabhasana, locust pose. So your arms can be parallel or you can be engaged with the hands. Breathe here for 3 rounds. Exhale, lower. Release your hands. Turn onto your right ear. You can turn your palms face up. Take a moment there. Then you may turn onto your left ear. Take a moment there. Now, when we move into this next round of Salabhasana, we're going to lift our feet off the earth. So see how that feels, my friends. You might wish to just raise one leg at a time, or you may wish to raise both legs. See how you fare. Bring your arms alongside your body, palms face down, or interlace your hands. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, lift your legs. Three breaths here. Exhale, lower to the earth. Take a moment. This time, take your hands, interlace your fingers and rest them on the back of your skull. This is called Advasana. Advasana, sorry. so that the weight of your hands is on the back of the skull. This is a reverse corpse pose, reverse Shavasana. We're not staying here very long for now. If you can, have your eyebrow center on a cushion or a blanket if it feels that the earth is way too hard. Release your hands. Take a moment here. We're going to move into Dhanurasana Bow Pose. So your choice, my friends, bend into one leg and reach back. So we'll start with the right hand and reach back with your right hand. Right foot to right hand. This might be where you want to stay today. Let's be there for a moment just to prepare ourselves. Then release the right foot, bring the right hand back. Inhale to lift the left leg and reach back with the left foot with the left hand or a strap. And again, you may stay this variation where you start at the right leg and move to the left leg. And now, my friends, I give you the option to choose whether you go to Ardha Dhanurasana, starting with the right side, or whether you progress in terms of that challenge you wish to experience more intensely or more deeply. I myself am going to stay with the half variation, although I may demo the full variation here. So inhale, lift the toes, keep the knee bent, reach back for your feet. Inhale, lift your heart, your gaze, and then kick back your feet so that they're pressing against your hands. Now, depending on how your back feels, this might feel too intense. So the progression into depth, into intensity, isn't progression at all. It is actually an invitation for discomfort. So the progression here would be to recognize the body's needs and come into Ardha Dhanurasana. So when we talk about this full moon, this is often said to be a moon of progression and change. But because it is rebellious in nature, it is non-conformist, forward-thinking, challenging. When we think that we are making progress and we think we are breaking through boundaries and we are groundbreaking, what can happen is we become disconnected from the experience of individuals or experience of the self. If you have one foot raised, now let's swap over to the other leg. And you will be rising and falling breath here. So in yoga, I want you to explore this idea of progression. What does it mean? Does it mean we become disconnected with ourselves? Does it mean we become disconnected with others? So watch out for those edges in this period of this full moon. In order to break free and break through, we may cause damage. We may cause harm and hurt. When you are ready, let's release your Dhanurasana. Press into your hands. Let's move directly into Child's Pose, moving slowly and mindfully to release the lower back. Keep your hands outstretched, reaching as far forward as you can with your fingers to give space to the lower back here. Let's find our agency, our sovereignty in our practice today. We are fearless with our practice. Being fearless doesn't mean we are foolish. Fearless means that we connect with the truth and we stay within that essence of it. Inhale, lift your gaze, come up onto your hands, tuck your toes, lift up with your tailbone, coming into Parambramahe mountain pose. Let's come into our functional forward fold. So hinge your hips back behind your knees. Bend softly into your knees. Come up high on your fingertips or bring your hands onto the side of your furniture. You could be holding on to the table or the sofa or the bed. Hip bones behind the heels. Breathe into the rib cage here. Let's take this deep diaphragmatic breath. In for 4, out for 8. Two rounds more. In for 4. With a gentle pause before exhaling for the count of 8. And final round here. Then, my friends, let's walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale halfway. Hands can be on shins or thighs or fingertips on the earth. Take the hands to the lower back. Inhale, rise up, maintaining length in your back. Lift your gaze towards the sky. Open the heart, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Ears away from the shoulders. Here, my friends, you can interlace your hands into a yoga mudra. Or if you wish, you can come into reverse prayer by bringing the palms of your hands together. Exhale. Let's return to neutral spine. Release your hands, whichever option they're in. We're going to come into what we call pendulum pose. This is called Dhanurasana, pendulum swing pose. So it's going to be a little bit of a bounce here. So we're really going to feel the vayu element here. We're creating this sort of stirring, the movement of the wind, the air around us, so we can clear the way on another through the air, through breath, through the wind. Let's bring the hands, interlace them behind our neck. So cup the lift your gaze up towards the sky here. So that opening of the heart. As we exhale, keep your feet at an angle here. Keep your feet wide. As you exhale, bend into your knees and exhale down towards the center. Inhale to rise up. Take a moment there. And then the next time, we're going to add on. So we're going to exhale, ha, making a ha sound to the center. Then a gentle bound over to the right leg, ha, back to the left leg, ha. So that in breath, it's going to come, we're going to take a big breath in and then exhale it slowly. So it comes, exhale out to the center, to the right, to the left. Please stay with me on this one. Inhale to prepare. And inhale back to center. If you begin to feel dizzy, slow down or take slow breath or come halfway. You can also place one hand on the wall for balance. Are we ready, my friends? Inhale. Last time. Rise up, lift your gaze, hold the breath in. Feel the energizing breath here. Heart is open. Expansiveness here at the front of the body, like the face of the moon. And then, my friends, let's release our hands. Reset, because it seems. Thank you. Inhale, reach up in your Dirghasvara Mudra. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a big step forward with the right foot. Bend into the right knee. Coming into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana. So turn your heart and your hips to face forward, bending into that right knee so that the right knee tracks over the left knee. Take a moment here. From here, we're going to move into Warrior 3. So rotate onto the ball of that left foot. Inhale, gentle hop forward. You can stay on your left big toe, or you can lift your left leg parallel to the earth. Hands at the heart in Dirghasvara, this expanded life force mudra. Hands can stay here, or you can reach forward. One breath here. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart. Find the earth with the left foot. Rise back into Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. Take a moment here. Inhale, open out the arms to come into Warrior 2, Mahavirabhadrasana. You can bring the thumb to the index of the knuckle of the index finger in Vayu Mudra. Exhale, right forearm onto right leg, reach up and over with the left arm. Turn to gaze down towards the earth. Reach back with this left hand to your lower back, to the sacrum. From here, my friends, we're going to move into Humble Warrior. So this right hand can reach behind you and interlace with the left hand. Or you can keep this left hand on your forearm, or you can bring it to the earth on a block. See how you feel, my friends. When you're ready with your yoga mudra, exhale, bow down to the earth. This form of the devotional warrior, to honor the teachers, the light, Guru, the light that shines upon the dark illumination of the full moon, that shows us all of the places in which we have moved away from our dreams, our visions, our hopes, our sense of true self. And that helps to draw us back onto our path of alignment, to reconnect us with our vision, to be able to imagine all of the possibilities, both known and unknown. Inhale, draw your shoulder blades together, rise up here. Take a moment, lift your gaze. Here, my friends, you can keep the yoga mudra, or you can bring your hands into namaskar, prayer hands at the back. Just turn and show you. Or you can maintain your mudra. Lift your heart, lift your gaze up towards this freedom-seeking, expansive, visionary moon that encourages us to rebel, to challenge the status quo, to break through boundaries. But it also, because it's connected to the heart through the Vayu element, it also invites us to be sensitive, to be diplomatic, to, in our non-conformity, to be patient. Not everyone is moving at the same pace that we are. Inhale, straighten through the right leg. Maintain your hands behind your back, either your yoga mudra or your namaskar. And we're going to do a little gentle step forward. Let me just find my hands again. Little jump forward with the left foot so that we come into pyramid pose. So that left foot is at a 45-degree angle. You create your pyramid base with your feet. They can be aligned so they're tracking from one heel to the other, or you can have your feet as wide as your mat. Hands together behind your back in prayer or in your yoga mudra. As you exhale, hinge from the hips so that you come halfway into this intense side stretch. Parshavottanasana, Parshavottanasana. One breath here. Inhale to rise up. Take the gaze all the way to the sky, heart opening. Gentle back bend. And then neutral spine, my friends. Release your hands. Take a moment here. We're going to step forward with the left foot to meet the right foot. So we're at the front of our mat. And again, we're going to do our pendulum breath here. Dhanurasana. So if you were feeling faint earlier or you got lightheaded, remember you don't need to go all the way down. Your breath can be much more gentle. You can hold onto a wall. So make the variation. So remember what we said about progress. Progress isn't always means that we become ever more complicated and ever more advanced. Progress means we recognize our responsibilities to the self and to others. That we are social animals who live in a community. Thinking about the archetype for Aquarius, a figure pouring water into the dry earth. That is social responsibility, the giver, the nourisher, the offerer. Hands interlace at the back of the skull, feet wide. Inhale and lift your gaze up towards the full moon. As you exhale, have a soft bend in your knees. Exhaling the same breath 3 times. Center, right, then swing to the left, and then inhale to rise, making a ha sound. Inhale. 3 times more wherever you are. Move with your breath. Allow your body to swing into this pendulum movement. We're creating the element of vayu movement. This freedom finding. This freedom finding element under this full moon helps us to create clear vision. The vision of our dreams, the vision of our imagination, the vision of where we are not aligned or where we cause harm to others. When you have completed your cycle, inhale to rise up and then steady the breath there. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? These movements might have felt precarious, off balance, destabilizing. This is the nature of change. It can be unpredictable, unmanageable, uncontrollable. This revelation invites us to then drop back into the heart, the Untitled Chapter. When you're ready, my friends, let's release the arms. Take a moment here. We're going to now step back with the right foot long so that we come into Virabhadrasana 1 on the left side. Bend into that left knee. Bring your hands in your Dirghasavara, so palms parallel. Bend into your middle finger, bring the nail of the middle fingers together. And all of the other fingers are parallel. So there's this channel through which we can guide our pran, guide our revolutionary, rebellious spirit into actions that are co-creative with our community, that are collaborative with those around us. So we're working together rather than working against. Being rebellious for the sake of being rebellious does not always see the progress that we wish to see. From here, my friends, we're going to move into Virabhadrasana 3. So rotate onto the ball of that right foot. Come onto the right toe. You may stay here, or you may lift that right leg behind you and come into your balance here for Warrior 3. Hands can stay at the heart, or you can reach forward with your arms. Find where you wish to be here. You can always place one hand on the wall, in which case bring the hand that you have closest to your body or extended into Vayu Mudra. When you're ready, let's find the earth behind us and rise up back into Warrior 1 and then open up into Warrior 2. Om Guru Devaya vidmahe Parambramahe dhimahi. Hands in Vayu. Tanno Guru prachodayat. Invoking all of the leaders, our inspiration, those who give us inspiration, those who role model for us, so that when we want to break free of boundaries, we want to be open-minded, expansive, forward-thinking, we are guided by the wisdom of those who have come before us. Remember, my friends, we stand on the shoulders of giants who have come before us. When you're ready, we are going to move into our extended side angle. So left forearm onto left thigh. Inhale, reach up and over with the right arm. You are always invited to stay here. Or you can bring that right hand behind you onto the lower back for a moment to open up the heart. And then reach behind you, interlace your hands in a yoga mudra. This time cross them the opposite direction, so it feels like you're missing a digit. And then exhale to come forward, folding into devotional, humble warrior. You can always rest that left shoulder on the left thigh. You can always stay higher up. We're all going to be finding our path in different ways. Three more breaths here. And then when you're ready, my friends, let's rise up and open the heart towards the sky. Here you can bring your palms together in Namaskar behind your shoulder blades. And lift the gaze to gaze up towards the full moon in Aquarius. It's known as the thunder moon. Remember, these bolts of lightning can be illuminating but highly dangerous. So if you have things to say to people, be careful that you don't verge onto confrontational or aggression. We want to light up the skies, but without hurting those around us. So be tender in your rebellion. Be tender in your non-conformity. As all that is dormant rises up, it can feel like an unleashing. And so it can be very overpowering for those around us. We're going to move into pyramid pose here. So Straighten through that left leg. Let's lift the gaze up towards the sky. And we're going to step forward with that right foot so that we can come into our pyramid base. Now your feet can be aligned, so you're on a narrow pyramid base, or they can be as wide as the mat. And when you're ready, either with Namaskar, reverse Namaskar, or your hands in Yoga Mudra, exhale and hinge forward from the hips so that you're parallel to the earth. In Jyotish, which is Indian astrology, Aquarius is known as Kumbha. Kumbha, a bowl of water, or a bowl of, so you may have heard of the Kumbh Mela when everybody gathers at the Ganges, at the Gangama. Kumbha, this nourishing bowl of water offered to all. The reason we're talking about an offering of water in this sign, this element, where it is the element of air rather than water, we're talking about what comes after the storm, what comes after this revelation, what comes after we have disrupted the ways of thinking that we have become used to. When we connect with our insightful natures. Inhale to rise up. And take a moment here. Let's release the hands and step forward with the right foot to meet the left to the top of your mat. Take a moment here, and then let's quarter turn here. We'll step to the middle and come into Tarasana, Star Pose. Starlight. This is also known in Jyotish or Indian astrology. This period is known as the Symphony of Stars. So when the moon passes through the constellations, this is known as the Symphony of Stars. It is also known as the healer. It's a lot of responsibility if you are a leader in your community, or if you are a visionary or an activist. One more breath here in Tarasana. And then let's release the hands, bring the arms into these sunbeam arms. Turn out your knees for a moment to create some expansion here. Lift your gaze up towards the sky. Connect with your vision. This star of symphony, the symphony of stars. These 100 healers that are represented by this full moon. All within you. Each beam of light that radiates out from your heart. Represented by the sun, the greatest star. Inhale, straighten through your legs, arms out again, coming into Tarasana one more time. And then let's heel toe our feet together. And we're going to come down to the earth. So my friends, your choice, you can come down through Malasana, or you can come down by bringing your knees to the earth. Let's stay on our knees when you've got down to the earth. We're going to come into Ustrasana, Camel Pose, classic heart opener. You may tuck your toes. You may place your feet on a cushion. Let's bring your hands into these sunbeam arms again, my friends. Lift your gaze. So broaden across the collarbones, lengthen at the sternum. Spread the fingers wide. Exhale, reach behind with your right fingers towards your right foot. Left hand can come to the hip, or the left hand can come to the heel. You choose where you are. Remember, progress does not happen in one direction. Progress happens in all directions. This is the quality of Vayu. It expands in all directions. What may look like we're not progressing is actually deeply founded insight, deeply founded advancement for our society, for our people, for us. So whether you're in Ardha Ustrasana or Ustrasana with both your hands, let's check in with our heart. What is the calling of our heart? What are we not aligned with? My friends, if you have Ardha Ustrasana as your option, please bring the right hand to support the hips. Then bring your arms back into sunbeam arms and let's go the other way. So you can reach back for that left heel and bring the right hand to the right hip. The Shakti energy of this period, the creative energy of this period is the power to bring people together. But only if we move from a place of love in the heart. We want to create change, yet we maintain our connection with our humanity. The power is in our humanity. It is in our selfless service. We are idealistic, yet we take others with us. 3 more breaths in your Ustrasana, this heart opener. And then bring in the hands to the hips. Exhale, reach back with the tailbone, maintain the length in the spine, and bring the crown down towards the earth. So we come into Shashindasana, hair pose. Hands can scaffold by placing them on the earth, or you can take them to your heels. Round deeply through your back. This will create space in the lower back where we may have experienced some sensations. One more breath. Then release your hands. Come into Sukhasana. Your seat. Maybe reach for your blanket to sit on. Open your heart here. Let's bring our hands into our Dirgha Svara Mudra, this expanded life force mudra. Bend into your middle finger. All the other fingers are parallel in front of the heart. Closing our practice by chanting our mantra, Om Gurudevaya, and then Om Shanti. Om Gurudevaya vidmahe, Parambramahe dhimahi, Tanno Guru prachodayat. Om Gurudevaya vidmahe, Parambramahe dhimahi, Tanno Guru prachodayat. Om Gurudevaya vidmahe, Parambramahe dhimahi, Tanno Guru prachodayat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad, my friends. Thank you for joining me.